The Palisade has just gotten a refresh, and I'm testing one that isn't the fancy pants model, so this is the one that you're probably going to buy. Bringing a new car home is always a memorable family moment. Fresh and shiny, they hold the promise of adventure, stories your kids will tell their kids. Hopefully none of them involve motion sickness. The Hyundai Palisade is a popular way to haul the brood. 3 rows, a roomy cabin, and that Palisade-designed panache. For 2023, it gets a mid-cycle refresh. You may have noticed the new front end. The instrument panel and steering wheel get a redo too. And the entirely new XRT model adds some rugged design cues here, here, and here. Still, it's not overly outdoorsy looking. The neighbors won't think you serve s'mores for dessert every night. This appearance package adds $2,200 to the price of the SEL model. The MSRP of this all-wheel drive XRT model, including destination and optional hyper white paint, is... anyone? $44,060. That's what we in the biz call a pretty good deal. Now, you should still cross-shop. Some of the competitors include Explorer, Ascent, Pilot, Pathfinder, Highlander, and of course, the Kia Telluride. If you're not aware, the two share an architecture and powertrain. Palisade's fraternal twin also gets new rugged versions, X-Line and the slightly more capable X-Pro. The Hyundai remains more urbane looking after the refresh, looking like it's off to Nordstrom, not REI. Between the nomenclature and the faux aluminum interior treatment, anyone else think of Dodge? This is durable synthetic leather. If your kids destroy this, maybe question your parenting skills. Here's what gets the family to their next adventure. Palisade's 3.8-liter V6 that runs the Atkinson cycle cranks out 291 horsepower and 262 pound-feet of torque. That's all the same for 2023. The cluster is new, though. The same 8-speed automatic transmission is back for cog swaps. Manual control is done here. The Kia X models are strictly all-wheel drive. Hyundai lets you slice $1,900 off the price if you don't need it. The center differential can be locked, an advantage many competitors don't offer. All-wheel drive models get a new tow mode that changes transmission mapping. It tugs 5,000 pounds max. The more budget-oriented XRT doesn't offer a head-up display, if you're wondering. It doesn't matter what trim level you buy with the Palisade, all the engines are the same, so you're not going to go any faster with the fancy pants models. 0 to 60 happens in about 7 seconds, not bad. It moves very nicely off the line, and because it has a V6, there's a little bit of growl. It sounds good. Oftentimes, buyers go with a third row simply for those just-in-case scenarios. Yes, Palisade is on the larger side, but still well over a foot shorter than a Chevy Tahoe, 8 inches less than Traverse or Buick Enclave. And a reminder, measure your garage before committing. Palisade has that elevated ride height that everybody wants from their SUVs, and visibility is really good in this vehicle. Also, this is large, yes, but spatially, it doesn't feel really big. It doesn't feel like you're driving a school bus. So for everyday driving, things like parking lots and garages become less of a white-knuckle affair. It corners confidently for a vehicle in this class. Don't hold your breath for an N performance model. And there's no extra ground clearance, no extreme off-roading family memories, just the light stuff. The ride quality is a good blend of comfort and control. The Palisade doesn't have those fancy adaptive dampers, at least not in this model. Really, you don't need it. You start off with a real good setup and it just works. On the highway at 75 miles an hour, Palisade is very, very comfortable. It's relatively quiet. The only thing I'll mention is that there is a little bit of wind noise coming off the side mirrors in the A-pillar. That's it. The EPA-rated fuel economy average is 21 miles per gallon on standard-grade gas for the all-wheel drive model, kind of mid-pack in class, and I'm seeing that. The efficiency champ is Toyota Highlander Hybrid at 35 miles per gallon, and yes, that's all-wheel drive. Almost all vehicles have automatic engine stop-start systems. The Palisade is no different. This one is really good. I mean, really good, buttery smooth. In fact, I almost forgot to talk about it. It's that good. Startup, again, almost seamless. Digital Key 2 is standard on all but the base SE, so all that's needed for grocery runs is a Samsung Galaxy smartphone or Apple iPhone or Apple Watch. Text that virtual key to friends and family that need access. In the active electronic safety department, upgraded automatic emergency braking with pedestrian, cyclist, and junction turn detection is standard. Adaptive cruise control is upgraded to navigation-based smart cruise across the board. Raising kids can be a contact sport. Both appearance and durability are important. XRT looks like the mid-level model that it is. Oftentimes there's a lot of piano black. Here it's silver painted plastic with an aluminum vibe. The exterior might appear more outdoorsy. Inside it leans towards sporty in my eye. Like many in this class, there are loads of places to stash life's necessities away. Nothing creative when it comes to storage, but there's a place for just about anything. If not using the adjustable cup holders, all of the mess can be out of sight and out of mind. The button blank will remind owners that they didn't get the vented chairs or heated steering wheel. Everything's easy to control with an interface menu that's laid out well. The new screen stays familiar. Touch response is good. Redundant hard buttons mean less searching through menus for what you want on a daily basis. The Qi Pad charges phones quicker now. Android Auto and Apple CarPlay are standard. They still require a physical cord to work. For discerning audiophiles, the Wiggles and Casper Baby Pants sound decent on the unbranded sound system. There is no upgrade path. Row 2 gets all the essentials to make family life easier, including lessons in negotiation, since you can add or subtract legroom for those in back. These seats in the XRT are not heated, but a significant part of your kid's life will be spent in car seats. All but the base SE get ultrasonic rear occupant alert to signal if you've left your kids or pets in the vehicle. There's a separate climate zone, lots of places to stash things too. I like where the USB ports are located. They're all the new Type-C now. Getting into the way back is super simple. Even a 3-year-old can figure this out, and when they do, they won't stop. Parents, you know what I'm talking about. Have to say, this space is pretty competitive in class. I'm 5'9". I've got that much headroom, which is pretty good. Yeah, my knees are up high and thigh support is non-existent, but that's every third row in this segment. There are cup holders. Looks like these are blanks where USB ports would go in more expensive models. But you know, footroom is actually okay when the second row is adjusted for somebody sitting there. And if people want to get out, there's an easy-to-reach button on the seat. There are belts for 3. You can easily get that many kids back here, or 2 adults if you're going across town. I mean, I would rather ride here than pay for an Uber. Now, this isn't a minivan. I, of course, have to say that because vans rule, but this is a very usable space. Here's a shopping tip. While the SEL model starts at $2,000 less than the XRT, it can be equipped with a $5,000 premium package that adds all sorts of niceties like heated and vented leather seats up front and mid-row, heated third row, heated wheel, the excellent Highway Driving Assist 2 system, plus much more. Ultimately, it would add $3,000 to the price of my tester, but this good value cannot be had on the XRT. Plus, this model can only be had in black, gray, and white. SEL can be had in twice as many paint colors and with a choice of bench seating in row 2. XRT is strictly a 7-seater. Hyundai does not do the kick-to-open tailgate thing. It does something different. You just stand by the hatch with the key in your pocket or purse, and it opens up automatically, which is great when you have your hands full. It's 18 cubic feet with all seats filled. That would be 5 carry-on suitcases, actually pretty good in class. And that's without taking the load floor out, good for keeping things out of sight. And yes, there is a spare tire. Those seem to be going out of style. More expensive models get powered seat backs, an advantage for petite drivers when raising them. You're looking at nearly 46 cubes here. And even at this price, there's no need to walk around to drop row 2 to expand hauling space to over 86 cubic feet. For a more visual demonstration, I did the TP trunk test with a 2020 model and saw a significant score of 17 packs of the 2-ply behind the second row. That should be enough room for a family of 4 and a whole lot of camping gear, though Volkswagen Atlas is the champ at 20. Let's wrap this up with red light, green light. Green light. The refreshed 2023 Palisade didn't really need changes. Hyundai upgraded anyway. For buyers needing seating for more than 5, at least occasionally, this size is a sweet spot. $44,000 for the XRT leaves money for the college fund, and Palisade's driving dynamics and position are a solid blend of comfort and control. Yellow lights? The great value of the XRT means few choices. There are no real options. Fuel economy is fine in class, but Hyundai, I know you make hybrid systems. The upgraded interior is roomy and useful. The visual experience in XRT is a bit on the drab side. Red light. The wind noise from the side mirrors means turning up the sound system a bit. If the XRT trim is supposed to look rugged, this hiker is wearing pressed khakis and a button-down shirt. Palisade is always run with a more avant-garde look, especially compared to brother Telluride, and this is a very competitive segment, so do a lot of cross-shopping. If you're hauling a family around, it's hard to go wrong with the Palisade, and this particular model, the XRT, is a great value. I mean, $44,000 with all-wheel drive. And why go with the fancy one? I mean, your kids are just going to destroy it, right? Do you need real leather? Do you need heated third row? No, this is the way to go. Whether you go basic or upmarket with the luxurious calligraphy model, Palisade is a travel tool that'll become part of the family, ready to haul the tribe off to new destinations and memorable moments. Here's hoping that none of them involve intense cleaning and Febreze. I'm sure you all have stories about trying to keep your vehicle in tip-top shape only to have them slowly savaged by child rearing. Hey, my kids were very well behaved and still, life happens. Here's a tip. Crayons left on cloth seats or carpet on hot days don't clean up easily. And then there was the Dairy Queen stop for a Scooby-Doo Mystery Crunch blizzard, and windy roads afterwards. Use your imagination. Time for credits, everybody. Martin Campbell, thank you for driving. We are the entire team. Hey, you know, this is not bad for $44,000, huh?
No, actually, it's great.
Yeah, this is a good value. Visit my quotes service if you're shopping for a car. It helps Martin and I produce videos like this, and it helps you. Vehicles like this are in high demand. It may save some time, maybe some money, and if there's an auto show coming up near you, I highly suggest visiting. That way you can check out all the competitors quickly and comfortably. There's nothing better. You may even find a vehicle that's off your radar screen. Hope you got something out of my look at the 2023 Hyundai Palisade. Normally at the end, I give you a fun fact, but I'm running out of them, folks. So instead, a look behind the scenes. If you ever run into me and I'm shooting a car and I'm talking to myself, don't worry, it's normal. Black plastic is actually better than some luxury cars. As I'm shooting, I'm actually taking notes, so I remember to tell you about my likes and my gripes. For example, good bolstering, nice pattern, and piping. Looks like aluminum, it's not. At least it's not piano black. There's a lot to a car these days, so this helps me when I'm writing and editing. Also, sound. It's really important. Sometimes I have to Foley over kids crying and dogs barking. Or this guy who was practicing his tennis. Oh man, it's really distracting, and it always happens when I'm in a hurry. Well, thanks for watching. Remember, subscribe to this channel, click notifications, follow me on Twitter if you want to ask me a question, or leave it in the comments, okay? All right, that's Driven. I'm Tom Volk.